Welcome to the Preeminence Daily Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew J. Peters, founder of Ascend. Be sure to grab your ultimate guide to preeminence at preeminence.tv. Today, this is your Miranda warning. So tune in, listen up, and get ready to take a focused action on your mission, message, and presence and create accelerated results toward preeminence right now. We live in a politically correct society. Politically correct meaning we have to limit what we say, we have to watch what we say in our media. How many of you know about the Miranda Rights or the Miranda Warning? You've seen it on the TV shows. You have the right to remain silent. Let me just read it to you. This is actually from a case, Miranda versus Arizona, and they came up with this. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney and to have an attorney present during any questioning. Now, this is something that the police in the United States are supposed to do upon arresting or taking someone into custody. The Miranda warning, watch what you say, right? How many of us really think about that when we're creating media? We want to say something as a comment about some political figure or somebody who is another person in the media. We want to say something to speak our mind. We're angry at the time. I want you to know that anything you say can and will be used against you. When you are building your platform, you need to watch what you say. You can be polarizing and stand up for something, but at the same time, know that whatever you write or whatever you take a picture of or whatever you video can and will probably be used against you in other people's marketing, can and may be used against you to tear you down, tear you apart, bring you to court, have grounds to take you off of a channel, contact anybody who's sponsoring you saying that they should no longer sponsor you. We've seen this dozens of times just within the last year. I want you to know this can be a quick and simple thing to do, but when you are building your platform, when you want to be preeminent in your industry, the more you say, the more opportunities there are for people to pick apart what you say. As a communicator, you need to know that you're communicating out there, and I'm putting out this episode. I do this every day. This is episode number 44. I've done this 44 times. When I do this 100 and 200 and 300 and 500 and 600 times, there's going to be more and more and more content out there that people can pick apart. So being politically correct doesn't mean you have to shut off any opinions you have. Just know that whatever you say may be taken the wrong way, may be used against you by someone who's a business partner, by someone who is a spouse, by someone who doesn't like you to begin with, who's looking for a reason to take you down. So as you have competitors out there, they're going to be picking you apart just as the public is. Your action step is to just keep that in mind as you're writing, as you're taking photos and posting things. Anything you put out there in your media can be used against you, and that also includes your marketing. That also includes you saying that you did $100,000 in one webinar. All right? I want to be clear right now. When I did one webinar, I sold $117,000 of services. Now, guess what? $117,000 did not instantly go from their accounts into my accounts. It actually took about 4 months for all of those payments to be made. And when those payments were made, guess what? I had taxes on them. I had to pay for keeping the doors open to my business. I had to pay for travel. I had to pay for my crew. I had to pay for the people who were processing all those videos. So at the end, do you think I put $117,000 into my pocket and that I was going to go out and spend that? Absolutely not. So when you are telling people you're doing XYZ and you have these results, that can and may be used against you in a court of law, and you may have to have an attorney represent you. And I'll tell you right now, I know 3 people this has happened to in the last 2 years. Don't take for granted the fact that there is no barrier of entry to putting your your speech out there, whatever you have to say out in the marketplace, don't take that as, well, it's digital. It doesn't really have that much weight or that much meaning. You have to look at it as everything you say is like it being written. Anything you put up online can be taken down by you or somebody else, but guess what? There's copies of it somewhere. If you go to the waybackmachine.org, I think it is, you can look at any website and look at any time in the past, and you can see major changes they've made. You can see all that content that isn't up anymore. It's still there. So you're leaving footprints wherever you go. You're leaving your fingerprints wherever you go. I want to make sure that you understand, as you're building your media empire here, as you're building this empire, you're building it brick by brick by brick. Make sure you know that each one of those bricks have the potential to build a foundation and build a fortress or build a prison. Those same bricks you could be building right around you to block you in. So take this moment as your Miranda warning. Anything you say, anything you video, anything you post, anything you print can and will be used against you in a court of law. That's enough of a warning for today. I look forward to seeing you and talking with you more tomorrow. This daily podcast is all about you becoming the preeminent voice in your marketplace. So take the consistent and necessary action each and every day on what you've learned over the last few minutes. When, not if, when you're ready to take your business, your organization, your name, your brand, and your commitment to the level of preeminence, head on over to preeminence.tv, where you can download your own copy of the Ultimate Guide to Preeminence, enroll in the Elevation program, and join us on one of our next live events. If you're not subscribed, simply visit iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play right now and click subscribe. Until tomorrow, make today and each and every day count towards creating preeminence in your space and a legacy that matters.